Do you have a problem attracting leads, or getting leads, or finding leads, or knowing where or how to even go about it? I'm Craig from Lead Scripts, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to attract leads, regardless of what product you have, if it's physical, service, or digital, and how to use the information you already know or should know to attract these people, nurture them, and turn them into clients and sales. Subscribe below. Links are below for all the information we need. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and let's go. The first thing you need is your product, and you should know your product better than everybody. You've heard that before, I'm sure, and you're like, well, I don't know. Like, what do I need to know about my product? You know, what is it? Like, I think I know my product, but like, what details do I really need to know? Well, in Lead Scripts, we have over 80 plus details of what you really need. And I'm just going to show you a few right now. As you can see, as we get into the product details, you can see there's some basic information about you and your product, your company, the problem that your customer or potential customer faces, the solution, desired result, industry, authority, product URL, the niche, unique selling proposition of your product, game changer. There's just a lot of different details that you really should know. It doesn't end there. That's just the start. That's the solid foundation you need. You need to know what is your product. Let's just say you're a travel agent. What is your product? Well, your product is a service. You're a travel agency that's going to provide safe, affordable, and optimal travel for your client, them and their family. Now, once you have your product, we're going to go to your customer avatar. I'm going to focus on one aspect of your customer persona that you can use to generate lead magnets that will attract people so that you can get that conversation started and you can get the leads you're looking for. So when we go into your customer avatar, we know that your customer is a person looking for blank, so it's a father who wants to create a vacation memory with his family, lasting lifetime memory with his family. I'm assuming you're a travel agent here, right? So when you do that in Lead Scripts, you're going to get your ideal customer demographic, and it's going to get you a really great visualization of what that customer looks like. And when you get to the next part, it's the pains and fears, and then the next thing is desires and dreams, and then the location. Now, we're going to focus on pains because nobody likes pain, and it's a great way to motivate somebody to do something. If you don't believe me, if there's something that really annoys you right now in your family and you always have to do it, or at work and you always have to do it, and it's somebody else's responsibility, then don't do it and see. And once it starts creating pain for them, guess what? They'll start taking care of it. I've done this a lot in my life because I do a lot to help people, but when it comes to, I take their pain away, but when it stops working, okay, it's time for them to feel some of that pain themselves so that they can do something. So where am I going with this? Okay. Your customer persona. In Lead Scripts, we're going to create 3 pains and 3 fears. What they are basically, like, say you're a travel agency, your customer wants to create a lasting lifetime memory with a vacation. What would the 3 pains be for your customer, this customer? Well, first of all, they don't want to get ripped off. So if they're, perfect example is like there's Vrbo and there's Airbnb, but some people don't know about those, and get the worst case scenarios for those, extract the pain from those, then you're really going to know what they're afraid of. They're afraid they're going to lose money. They're afraid it's not going to be safe. They're afraid that they're going to get there and they're not going to be able to open the door or something, it's just not booked properly or something. Let's just take those 3 for an example. So now you have your product established. Let's say you're a travel agency and you have your customer persona. How are you going to attract people? Well, you can do it organically or try it, but you can also advertise whatever, but you're going to have to give something to get something. And these 3 pains that we just described are perfect to give them for their email address. So to start that conversation, to get the handshake so that you can nurture them and then, show that you are the solution and you got their back and they're going to want to use you and pay. It's going to be worth to pay that extra money just so that they can have peace of mind and these pains go away. So now that you have the product, you have the customer persona pains, we're going to use those 3 pains and you're going to create a lead magnet. And the lead magnet is just going to say, hey, 3 things you should know before you book Vrbo or Airbnb, or 3 reasons why you might not want to book Vrbo on your own. Okay, and then you list those, like that's a download that they can download, and you start that conversation, and then again create an email series that nurtures them and keeps teaching them and giving them guidance, and then you open up that conversation so that they can choose you because they know you're the expert then, and they want to use you because they're like, you know what, there's too much to know. I just want to make sure it's good. I'm going to pay this travel agent, and she's going to take care of it for me to make sure I have the best possible solution. Does that make sense? It's simple, but you got to know what you're doing. This is LeadScript's marketing engine. This is built into LeadScript so that you put your product in there. We build out 80 plus details, and then we'll also build out your customer persona. You can use that for your lead magnets, and you can create lead magnets right in LeadScripts, and you can create the opt-in page copy right in LeadScripts, and you can start getting leads. Instead of like chasing leads like here or there or wherever, you're attracting them. You create the content, you attract them, and then you can advertise on Facebook for a small amount per day for a free guide on how to book Vrbo or Airbnb without getting ripped off or without uncertainty or not being safe, all those things. You're going to find that your email list really explodes because you're targeting those people, those pains they have. You're speaking to them and they're seeing you as the solution. All right, thanks for watching. I'm Craig from LeadScripts. I got links down below. Make sure you check them all out. And if you're not a member of LeadScripts, you should really consider it because everything is in there. All the marketing strategy is built in. We walk you through all these things so you don't have to guess about it. When you're guessing, you're wasting money, you're wasting time. It's not optimal and you're not growing your list or making sales like you should. Until next time, make sure you subscribe and I'll catch you.